I show it is now 4:00 p.m. on Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. I'd like to bring the Board of Public Works and Utilities meeting to order. Roll call. Alder Wolf is here. Alder Jim,
Here.
Mayor Kim,
Here.
Jared Holter,
Here.
Sabrina Steger,
Here.
and I understand Alder Larry Jurassic is expected to join us in.
Yeah, he'd be excused, but he should be here just shortly.
Yeah. So when he arrives, I will note that. And also in attendance is our city administrator, Rick Niemeyer, and our city engineer, Mr. Schubert, Kevin Schubert. Consideration, is anyone online?
I don't think anybody's going to speak.
Is Karen on?
Karen's on.
Okay.
We have one of the consultants on, but
Okay, great. Thank you. Item 2, consideration and action on minutes from the previous meeting.
I move to approve. I'll second.
Motion by Mayor Kim, second by Sabrina to approve the previous meeting minutes. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of said motion say aye. Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Item 3, public input limited to 3 minutes per individual. If you would like to give in public input at this time, you may do so. You have 3 minutes, and please state your first and last name and your home address. So first call for public input. Second call for public input. Third and final call. I'll move on to the printed agenda. Consideration and possible action on the following items under Public Works. Item number 4, professional engineering services for Sand Lake Road / US Highway 53 Regional Pond Storm Sewer Project. Jared.
thank you. In your pack tonight, we do have the final scoring sheet for the consultant evaluation selection summary for the Sand Lake Road US 53 Regional Pond Stormwater Project. This is a continuation of a 18-month design process for the stormwater study to look at the hydraulics and the flood study, get that approved by the DNR. So this will be the next phase of that project. This would produce biddable construction plans for the project. This design would take place in 2026 into 27, and we're looking at a 27 into 28 sometime in that time frame for construction. This does drain the east side of Sand Lake Road over to the west side, and it also includes the existing drainage of areas of the city that are on the west side of US 53 from this area. This project will also include stormwater quality improvements for the existing city drainage area that does go into it. This project is funded through TID number 6 for that area, that with the construction that is happening out there. And this consultant funding was included within the 2025 and 2026 capital improvement projects. We are probably 6 months behind where we were hoping to be with the DNR approval process. It took us longer than we thought, so we are a little bit behind where we wanted to be, but our goals are still obtainable here. Going to the consultant selection summary, which is on page 2 of your packet tonight. You can see that there were 4 scorers. Kevin Schubert is our city engineer, Sabrina Steger is our financial services director, Rick Niemeyer is administrator, and myself as director of public works. We did send the RFP out to 4 consultants, and we had 3 respond. You can see the consultant firms were Strand, SEH, and MSA that did respond. In your packet tonight, you can see the total scores. We have Strand at 382, SEH at 362, MSA at 361. And the proposed consultant fees range from MSA at $202,511, Strand at $260,000 even, and SEH at $341,600, along with associated hours that each firm thought they would need to perform the work. This was a long RFP process, a lot of moving parts in here. We're going to actually have, as part of this design, the extension of Riders Club Road for future development, and a large storm sewer pipe going across Sand Lake Road, and also the excavation of the ponding area, the Menards Pond. So looking at these, one of the things that Strand did bring up that was interesting in their scoring was possible grant funding. I think they're proposal with the grant funding. I think with what they've proposed, we might be able to get some actual grant funding to offset some of these stormwater quality improvements for the project, possibly some flooding improvements, but the stormwater quality improvements do look promising. Looking at the scores and looking at the fees that are proposed, we did have a preliminary budget of approximately 250,000. So the cost is a little bit lower and a little bit higher than what we had projected. When looking at this with staff, we're looking at it and the scoring really kind of drive. We had all four of the scores, their top score that they gave was Strand Associates. Looking at this from the engineering department, we're looking at recommending Strand at 260,000 for the top score with what we have tonight. I guess with that, we would open it up for questions.
I'll make a motion and put that on the floor to approve Strand as the professional engineering services for the Sand Lake Road Highway 53 storm sewer project, with the bid amount being $260,000.
A second.
Motion by Mayor Kim, second by Alder Jurassic, and please note for the record that Larry Jurassic has joined us. Discussion. Jim?
Jared, when you come to scoring, it's not here on the sheet, but what criteria do you use to score? I can see it down here on the bottom part of the sheet, criteria for selection process, but still it doesn't quite get into the specifics.
Yep. So the city staff prepare a request for proposals. That request for proposals was approximately 6 pages long. Of that, approximately 3 pages of it was outlining what our expectations of the project are, project goals, deliverables for the project. And then the consultants are told they can give us a proposal back. We're limited to 20 pages. I told Sabrina I had some light reading for her to do when she had to score them, and she laughed at me after she read them because the proposals are very in-depth. All 3 firms were really spent some time in their proposals. The Strand proposal, I personally thought was the most in-depth, but all of them did spend a lot of time. If you looked at the proposals I didn't bring one with me, but if you looked at them and saw how much information was in them, you'd really be able to tell how you can get to a score with what's in them. I guess Kevin scored them too from an engineering standpoint. I mean, I think that's pretty on. Kevin, would you agree?
Yeah, Jared, going back to Jim's original question, Jim, when we do score them, we have 5 different criterias, right? That we do score, and each criteria has a certain value for points that all add up to 100. That's why you see some of the scores 98 or in the 80s. For that, I do think it's important in this case, right? We're looking at potentially, and Jared and I discussed, right? Our recommendation would be the firm that scored first in scoring and second, right, in the cost, right? There is a lower cost firm out there if that would be the direction of the board, but I do think in the work that Jared, Sabrina, Rick, and I did to review these, right, and review the proposals, what's best for the city, right? I think we do have to take into account the proposal and what firms seem to appear to score the best and had the best approach to the overall project. In this case, on this item, it is not the lowest cost firm, but we did all think, and that's why we performed the scoring, that it would probably give the city the best project overall.
Thank you.
One item I'd note too is that their hours, if you look at the hours involved, they are committing more hours to the effort. So I think, SEH also had more hours than even Strand, but their cost was even further higher yet.
Alder Larry?
Thank you, Chair. What are they projecting as closing or finishing time?
As far as completion?
Yeah.
Basically the 2026 into 2027 would be design. Part of the scoring is the project completion, and all of the consultants had it in there. They can complete it within our time frame, and in the proposals they had committed to meeting our expectations as far as time frames in the process.
Which is when?
2026 into 27.
All right.
Hoping, and then construction in 2027 into 2028.
Thank you. That's all I have, Chair.
Thank you. Any other questions or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor of said motion say aye to approve.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Item 5, professional engineering services for French Road Crestwood Booster Station Water Main Extension Project. Jared.
Thank you. This project would be for a design of a water main connection between the Crestwood Booster Station and the Country Club High Service Zone via French Road over to the Country Club. We are looking at a variety of routes for this project. We did look at, once again, a request for proposals was written, just very similar to what was written for the last project. Sent it out to 4 consultants. We actually did receive 4 consultants that submitted RFPs back to the city. On this one, we did have Strand as the highest score at 371. These scores were fairly close. We had SEH 362, MSA 369, Davy at 345. And then we had fees of Strand at 99.7, SEH at 105,700, MSA at 119,719, and Davy at 120. And you can see the hours are all very close. So looking at this with the lowest price and the highest score, staff doesn't see any reason we shouldn't go with Strand for the 99,700. This was included in the 2026 capital improvement budget, budgeted $475,000. The construction is budgeted in the 2027 capital budget with a project cost of $1.3 million. We had part of the design also budgeted in the construction. So this project will be designed in 26, be done right at the end of 26 to bid into 27. So we should have funding to cover the design of the project.
Make a motion to approve the professional engineering services for the French Road Crestwood Booster Station project to Strand at amount of $99,700.
Second.
Motion by Mayor Kim, second by Sabrina to approve awarding the professional engineering services for French Road and the Crestwood Booster Station Water Main Extension Project to Strand in the amount of $99,700. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor of said motion say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Item 6, state/municipal agreement for Highway Safety Improvement Program, HSIP, at the intersection of 12th Avenue South and Oak Forest Drive. Jared.
Thank you. This was on the board agenda a few months back for us to apply for this funding, and I'm happy to say that we did receive Highway Safety Improvement Program, which is HISIP funding for intersection improvements at the 12th Avenue South and Oak Forest Drive intersection. Obviously, that is a safety-based program, so we demonstrated the need for a project at the intersection through the accident data and the types of accidents that happened. On page 6, I would point out a memo that I did put together with a time frame for this project. This would be bid through the state Wisconsin Department of Transportation and would meet their bidding documents and environmental documents and things such as that. So basically, we have a variety of bullet points. It comes down to that once the project, we're estimating once it gets done, there would be a total cost of $1.2 million. The city would have invested a little over $351,000, and the HISIP funding would cover $851,000 of the construction costs. With the HISIP funding, I think this is a worthy project. We've had, I remember we used to have a Plan Commission member, Craig Ritzbecker, 20 years ago was complaining to me. He worked at the Lacrosse Sign Company and always said he had problems at this intersection. And it is coming to the point where we are seeing that in our accident history. There are 10,000 cars a day that go under the interstate, so there is quite a bit of traffic there coming into that intersection and then splitting into different directions. So With that, we would be committing to some costs in 27 and 28 for right-of-way and design, and then a construction match in 2029. But I think this project would be worthy of that. Page 7 outlines a letter from the DOT, and then the following pages are the state municipal agreement. Staff is recommending going forward with the project and doing some improvements at that intersection, being fortunate enough to utilize the federal funding.
Make a motion that we enter into the state municipal agreement for this project.
Second.
Motion by Mayor Kim, second by Alder Larry to enter this agreement regarding the intersection of 12th Avenue South and Oak Forest Drive. Discussion.
One more. This is also the same funding program we used to do East Avenue and Riders Club to put the roundabout, the mini roundabout there. We'll see what the design shows, but this is the same funding program we used at that intersection also.
Has that program been funded already or
Can you say that again, Larry?
that one's been funded too?
Yeah, we built that one. Yeah, HISAP funded that project also, correct. Yep.
Any other Alder Jim?
Since this is not going to be for a couple of years yet, do we actually build in like a 5 to 7 to 10% into this? Because we know costs are going to go up. So if we're going to budget this in the future, are we in that ballpark?
So that's a great question. And we have, with the construction costs that we've been seeing in the last 5 years, we've really put an emphasis on putting an escalator in our project opinions of probable costs or engineers' estimates. So we actually, the state caps us on these projects, what we can put in there. I think it was 4%, but we did include that in there. And we also try and be as thorough as we can with our project estimates so we don't hopefully miss anything. So there is enough funding so we do truly get the project funded at the full percentage amount where we're not coming back and having to say, okay, either the project costs have escalated so much or we've missed something where we're down to 50% or something. So we really have put a lot of effort. We actually did have as you can see in the packet, there's a sample of what a roundabout could look like at the intersection. So we even received some engineering assistance on the estimate just to make sure it was double checked.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, concerns? A motion on the floor is to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Item number 7, well number 10, pump and motor inspection. Jared.
Thank you. So this is every 10 years DNR requires us, the Wisconsin DNR requires us, then mandates that we do pull the pump, look at the well column, do some inspections, things like that. It's good, even if they weren't doing that, it's good anyway to just get it done. John Wyatt, our Assistant Director of Public Works for Operations, did secure quotes from 2 vendors. There's really not a lot of contractors that do this work in the area, in the state even. So we did receive 2 quotes from Municipal Well and Pump and CTW. Those are kind of outlined on page 26. So you can see on page 26, there's a Municipal Well and Pump is on the right-hand side. CTW is on the left-hand side. They had a base cost, and there's a variety of different things that we will have to do as part of it. We also included in that a new pump. We're hoping we don't have to do a new pump. So the lower cost would be on the right with Municipal Well and Pump, total of $67,328. We're hoping we're only going to spend less than $48,000, but we did put that in there just so we have it, and so we don't have to start it and then wait a month once they get it pulled, because it's kind of a time. Once we get it out of the ground, we want to get it turned around as fast as we can. So that is $67,328 that we're looking at. And then also, while we have the well down, we also are going to work on the clay valve that is at that well, as long as that's actually at all of our wells, but the one at this well is 20 years old, needs to get rebuilt. Staff can do that rebuild, but we need $10,354 of the parts. The clay valve is right outside of where the wellhead is. Water comes up. This keeps the well from surging pressure and or water hammer coming out in the system. So it's a very important piece of our equipment at that well. So What staff is recommending, we're recommending municipal well and pump for an amount not to exceed $67,328, and then purchase $10,354 of the parts to rebuild the clay valve. That does keep us under the $80,000 budget that we had approved in the 2026 operating budget.
Thank you, Jared.
Make a motion to approve the municipal well and pump project not to exceed 60,000 or 67,328, and then an additional 10,354 for the parts to rebuild that clay valve.
I'll second.
Motion by Mayor Kim, second by Sabrina. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor of said motion say aye. Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Item number 8.
I'll let Kevin take this one.
Okay, let me just read it in real quick. 2026 State Trunk Highway 16 Water Main Jack and Bore Project bid. Mr. Kevin.
Yes, thank you, Chair. So this morning we opened the bids for the Jack and Bore portion of the State Highway 16 water main. This is sort of the second phase of delivering water main and new water utilities out to the new XL campus site. This project would require us to physically jack and bore, which we're going to have to drill through some bedrock under State Highway 16. So I did hand out to everybody tonight the scores for that. We did get 4 bidders for that. We would recommend going with Gerke Excavating in the amount of $311,391.40.
Thank you, Kevin.
Make a motion to approve the State Highway Trunk 16 Water Main Jack and Bore Project bid for Gerke Excavating for $311,391.40.
Second.
Motion by Alder Jim, second by Alder Larry to award the bid to Gerke Excavating in the total amount of $311,391.40. Discussion. Mayor Kim.
Just for the record, what was the budgeted amount?
We had 400,000 budgeted for this project. I think Sabrina's gonna say
I was gonna say, what, didn't we budget 400,000?
yeah, we did budget 400,000 for this, so.
Cool. Any other questions? Hearing none. All those, I'm sorry, Kevin?
While we're on that topic, the engineering department would like to state our engineer's estimate was $385,000. So it fell perfectly within the bids received, 2 above and 2 below, right where we want to be.
Yep.
Go team.
Yeah. Kind of a self-check on yourself, just kind of see
Yep.
you're in that area, which is good.
Yep.
All those in favor of said motion, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Item number 9 is bid for Grandview Boulevard Water Main Project, probably our favorite.
Yeah,
out of
yeah. So the bid advertisement is in your packet tonight. We will be opening those bids at 10 a.m. the morning of the council meeting. We are anticipating that we will be able to bring a recommendation to the council meeting. We will be handing it out at the meeting and discussing it. We have had bid interest in the project, so we are anticipating we'll have multiple bidders. So I feel that we should have a good bid to bring forward as long as there's no questions or anything that we'll be able to award it that night.
Thank you.
Sabrina had a question.
Lastly,
Oh,
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Sabrina.
Thank you. I was just going to add that I know this was a discussion at council in January. We did check with our bond counsel and auditors and all of that, and we will be able to move forward with the general fund borrowing the money to the utility. We'll bring forward an agreement after we know the final cost. So the general fund's going to pay for it, and then we'll bring forward an agreement that this committee can see. So.
Great, thank you.
Mhm.
Lastly, item number 10, pay estimates, Strand Associates, Inc., MSA Professional Services, Inc., Short Elliott Hendrickson, Inc., State of Wisconsin Department of Transportation, and any other contractor/developer. Note in the packet on page 37 and 38 dated January 6, 2026 is the Public Works monthly estimates. I will entertain a motion to approve.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Alder Jim, second by Sabrina to pay those total of 10 pay estimates. Mayor Kim.
I have a question. I see it was dated January 6th. Is that what I think that date is incorrect,
typo.
right?
That's a
It
type.
is the correct date,
Yeah, it should be February 3rd.
February 3rd,
So for the record, it should be February
Yeah,
5th.
it should be dated February 3rd.
today's date.
Gosh, it still feels
Thank
like.
you. I was assuming that,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to make sure that the estimates were up to date so that we were approving the correct ones or,
It is the correct sheet. There
February.
were 10 estimates.
And not paying them twice.
yeah, or not approving to pay the ones we needed to pay. That's all.
Right.
No problem. Got it.
No, good
Thanks.
catch. Let's see, there is a motion on the floor to approve. All those in favor of said motion say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Under utilities, number 11, no report. Number 12, adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn at 4:25 PM.
Second.
Motion by Alder Jim, second by Alder Larry to adjourn at 4:25 PM. All those in favor of said motion say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for coming in today.